Imagine standing outside for hours under the scalding hot sun, without a warning, waiting to enter a venue you actually paid for. That is the reality of some of these concerts, but trust us, it can get much worse than this. Several K-pop artists have had a consistently bad image when it comes to managing their concerts, and fans have not been quiet about it. So, through their experiences, let's look at some of the worst K-pop concerts to attend. SuperM's concerts were supposed to be the ultimate K-pop spectacle, but for many fans, they were a roller coaster of frustration, missed opportunities, and secondhand embarrassment. Imagine this scenario. Fans wake up one day only to find out all the free tickets to SuperM's debut showcase in Los Angeles vanished before they even knew they were on sale. That's exactly what happened in 2019 when SM Entertainment dropped tickets without warning. By the time fans got the official alert, scalpers had already swooped in, hoarding them and reselling them at sky-high prices. One fan fumed online, calling it so messed up, while another pointed out that the lack of communication made it a nightmare. So instead of celebrating SuperM's debut, fans were stuck fighting off resellers charging hundreds of dollars for what should have been free. Once fans actually made it to the concerts, things didn't exactly improve. SuperM's We Are the Future tour came under fire for excessive lip-syncing, with one journalist noting that most, if not all, of the show would be lip-synced. While some defended it as necessary due to their intense choreography, others felt shortchanged. Then came the Texas show mistake that still haunts them. Despite performing in Fort Worth, SuperM kept shouting out Dallas over and over, completely ignoring the massive Fort Worth sign in front of them. A reporter covering the event couldn't help but mock the blunder, while fans were left shaking their heads. Another issue was that SuperM's concerts didn't feel like SuperM concerts. With the group still being new at the time and lacking an extensive catalog, much of the setlist was filled with solo stages or performances of songs from their original groups like EXO, SHINee, and NCT. While some loved seeing these hits, others felt it made the show feel more like an SM family showcase rather than a unified SuperM experience. Add that to the backing tracks and missteps, and it's easy to see why so many people walked away disappointed. If you're interested in what you've heard so far, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. But things can get much worse than that. Every year, attendees joke that KCON should really be called LineCon, and they aren't exaggerating. KCON 2016 in Los Angeles was a logistical nightmare. Fans spent nearly 4 hours baking in 88-degree heat just to check in, all because organizers thought 8 booths would be enough for tens of thousands of people. An attendee wrote, "By the time fans actually made it into the air-conditioned convention center, many were dealing with borderline heat stroke, too tired to enjoy anything." What made it worse was that the same event in 2015 had smooth 10-minute check-ins, so the disaster of 2016 felt even more frustrating. The backlash was so bad that #LineCon started trending as furious fans aired their grievances online. Fast forward to KCON LA 2022, where things went from frustrating to downright dangerous. The entry process was so confusing that crowds swarmed the wristband booths, desperate for answers. Tensions boiled over, and eyewitnesses caught a verbal fight escalating into a physical brawl. Then came the truly wild part. A taser was heard crackling in the crowd. Some claimed it was security trying to break up the fight, while others suspected a fan took matters into their own hands. Fans described seeing fistfights, hair-pulling, and tasers in the GA line, and many were left shaken. One attendee tweeted, "KCON 10 years in and we're having tasers in the GA line. The worst. Now, for a convention that already puts fans through the ringer, you'd think VIP ticket holders would be spared the chaos. Think again. KCON's prestige passes, which cost hundreds of dollars, promise early entry and guaranteed high-touch experiences with idols. But in reality, fans paying top dollar were just as lost as everyone else." One prestige pass holder admitted, "We're still clueless as prestige, but at least we're quietly lined up to the side." To make matters worse, KCON has a history of cutting artist interactions short or outright canceling them, leaving fans who paid extra for fan engagements with nothing but disappointment. Now this is where the disappointment went up even more. CL is known for her commanding stage presence, but when it comes to live concerts, things haven't always gone smoothly. In July 2016, CL was set to perform a highly anticipated solo show in Mexico City until just one day before the event, it was suddenly canceled. The official explanation was circumstances outside of our control. CL tweeted an apology promising to make it up to fans, but for many the damage was done. Some had traveled long distances or taken time off just to see her, only to be left empty-handed with barely any notice. Social media exploded with frustration as fans vented about the lack of communication and how the abrupt cancellation made her tours feel unreliable. Unfortunately, this wasn't an isolated incident. Around the same time, smaller market shows on her Hello KPop's North American tour were rumored to suffer from low ticket sales and poor organization, leading to speculation that other dates could be cut at the last minute. Even when CL's concerts did happen, some of them left attendees scratching their heads. At her Chicago show in November 2016, fans were surprised to see her music videos playing on the big screen featuring the exact same songs in the exact same order she later performed. One attendee said it broke the mystery of the concert, making it feel like a rerun rather than a live show. And then there were the failed fan perks. Staff handed out raffle tickets to the first 100 fans in line for what seemed to be a meet and greet or special prize, but nothing ever came of it. No winners were announced, no explanation was given, and fans were left standing around, confused and disappointed. Since CL's solo discography was still small during these early tours, she filled much of her setlist with 21 hits like Fire and I Am the Best. While fans loved the throwbacks, some admitted it was a little sad to hear so many group songs after 21 had disbanded. It was a reminder of what was lost and made it clear CL hadn't released too much of her single work just yet. On top of that, her shows were often short, some barely over an hour, which, combined with club-sized venues and high ticket prices, left some feeling underwhelmed. VIP packages were available, but reports suggested they were rushed, with fans getting only a quick photo and barely any interaction. Here's a surprising one. As one of K-pop's rising groups, Aespa has gained a dedicated fan base with songs like Black Mamba and Next Level. However, some fans have expressed frustration over the group's reliance on backtracks at live performances. While many K-pop groups use backing tracks to support intense choreography, Aespa's concerts have been a topic of discussion due to the limited amount of live singing. Fans who attended recent tour stops noted that a significant portion of the setlist leaned heavily on pre-recorded vocals. Online discussions reflected a mix of opinions. Some fans defended the performance style, pointing out that the group's concept includes intricate stage productions that require precise execution. Others, however, felt that a concert experience should emphasize live singing over visual presentation. The debate became more noticeable when the group performed at university festivals, where their approach stood out compared to other artists who performed with minimal backing vocals. Fans widely recognized that the members have strong vocal talent, especially given their live singing at events like Coachella. The concern seems to stem more from how concerts are structured, with some hoping that future tours will balance choreography with more live vocals. As Aespa continues to grow, concertgoers are eager to see how their stage presence and vocal delivery evolve in future performances. You might not have expected this name to be on this list, but things have gotten out of hand. Blackpink is one of the most successful girl groups worldwide, with sold-out stadiums and a devoted global fan base. However, their recent Born Pink World Tour sparked conversations among fans regarding the overall concert experience. One of the main discussions centered around the concert's length. With an average runtime of about 2 hours, some attendees felt that the show ended too soon compared to other large-scale K-pop tours. Considering the price of premium tickets, many had hoped for a longer set list covering more of the group's discography. Some performances were also shortened, which left certain fans feeling that the pacing of the show could have been more immersive. Stage energy and choreography synchronization were also widely debated. While many performances showcased Blackpink's signature confidence and charisma, some fans noticed moments where the members appeared less engaged or out of sync. Viral clips circulated online, fueling discussions about the overall consistency of performances across different tour stops. Additionally, the use of backing tracks sparked mixed reactions. While Blackpink has always incorporated a live band into their concerts, some attendees pointed out that certain sections relied more on pre-recorded vocals, especially during heavy choreography moments. Some fans wished for more fully live singing throughout the setlist. However, others defended the group's approach, highlighting that concert experiences vary depending on production style and artist preferences. Despite these discussions, many fans still enjoyed the concerts, emphasizing the group's undeniable stage presence and the production scale of the tour. As one of the biggest K-pop acts in the world, expectations are always high, and while some attendees felt the show could have been improved in certain aspects, others had a great time celebrating the group's music live.